Okay. On a very serious note, so I saw you on Fox's morning show the other day talking about Mr. Trump's life being saved again, being providential, and God protected him twice. I want to ask you, Donald Trump is going back out on the campaign trail today. He will be in Michigan, and then tomorrow he will be campaigning actually for your House seats in Long Island. It's very important. But my bigger point is, how is it possible, what has transpired, that there has not been a presidential order to give Trump full presidential protection? How is this possible? I'm outraged by this.
We should be outraged, and we're making every demand for that to happen. The Secret Service, as you've seen reported, suggests that they have a manpower shortage. And look, it's about allocation of resources. I was talking with Chad Wolf about this, who had a lot of experience over Homeland Security, and the challenges are there, but they must be met. The last director of the Secret Service, the one that resigned right after the Butler, Pennsylvania debacle, had said on video that her primary responsibility was diversity in her employment rank. And one has to wonder whether that has something to do, some connection with the lack of personnel that they've been able to recruit and train over the last couple of years. It's a serious problem. It must be addressed. I'm not so sure it's a funding issue, but Congress will be willing to do what's necessary.
It's a political issue.
It's a political issue.
It's a political issue, and there is a person who can make this happen at the snap of the fingers. I mean, Harry Truman used to say the buck stops here. His name is Joe Biden. Yeah. All right. Now, I don't know Kamala Harris's role in any of this. I don't even know who's running the country right now. Right. That's one of the great mysteries. But I am really, look, I had two senators on our show last night. I had Tommy Tuberville and I had Rand Paul. Okay. Rand Paul actually is the ranking oversight in the Senate over Homeland Security. I point at my pal Chad Wolf. Both of them think there may well be another attempt on Trump's life once you let the cat out of the bag, if it were. So I'm just saying, what is Biden waiting for? Manpower? I don't believe that. Reallocate people, money. You're going to, I mean, have you talked to the president? You are the Speaker of the House. Who is going to force him to make this decision?
I will go stand on the doorstep and stomp my feet until he does it, but they don't let me talk to the president very often. That may not be a big surprise to you all. We communicate through staff. It's a pretty sad situation, and in fact, it's a pretty scary situation. But look, Congress we have a task force that was already investigating the Butler, Pennsylvania lapses in security. We're going to change the emphasis of that to have both events investigated. But we all know the problem. It's a lack of leadership, right? And it goes all the way to the top. And so you'll see us demanding that this week. We've got to protect our 45th president, who I believe is going to be the 47th. He's the most threatened person on the planet. He has to have the protection that he needs, and we're going to make sure that happens.
And I just want to add one thing. I do not regard this as a partisan story right now.
Shouldn't be.
I mean, it shouldn't be. This could easily happen to a Democrat. Ms. Harris is on the campaign trail, too. Lord knows this is a very strange period, not an altogether happy one, as you outlined in your excellent speech. I'm just saying somebody has to someone in the media has to catch up to Joe Biden if he surfaces someplace and ask him, why haven't you made the order to give Donald Trump full presidential protection? That's all. Just ask him. I mean, he might have an answer.
Well, that's right. And if it's a manpower shortage, then we will rely on the local and state law enforcement who can partner and help and fill in the gaps. Whatever's needed, we'll reimburse them for their services. But Governor DeSantis was suggesting that in Florida. You know, we'll do what's necessary to protect our leaders. It's a basic function of the government.
All right. Well.